Welcome to the Supporting English Language Learners workshop as part of the SUU's Global Engagement Academy. This first video will be an introduction to the workshop and a discussion of the goals. I'm your module guide for this workshop. My name is Rob McCollum, and I work as the director of the American Language and Culture Center here at SUU. And the goal of our center is to provide English language support to international students on campus, to help faculty in their ability to support English language learners, and to provide training to students who want to become English language instructors. So we have three main goals for this workshop as part of the Global Engagement Academy. The first one is to help participants recognize the connection or the relationship between a student's language proficiency and their ability to learn the content of your courses. And the higher that language proficiency, the greater the chances of success of learning the content that you teach. Our second goal is about language. We want to help you recognize and highlight the language or the dialect of your field of study. What you are teaching uses a specialized vocabulary, may use specialized grammatical forms that may not be part of general English. So the more you can recognize how your variety of English differs from general English, the more successful you will be at helping students see those differences and then using them effectively. And lastly, our third outcome is about methods. We want to help you recognize some strategies that you can use in the classroom to help your students become better at reading, writing, listening, and speaking, and using the language of your field. Let's talk about our audience. Primarily, this workshop is designed to help support English language learners, which will primarily be international students in your courses. But the reality is any of these strategies that you employ in your classroom will not only help the international students in your courses, it'll also help any domestic students in your course. And this is because the truth is no one, not even a native English speaker, is a native speaker of academic English. Academic English is a dialect of English that we often don't speak at home, and we don't speak in our communities. It's used in academic environments like a university. And there are many different dialects of academic English. There is science dialects and business dialects and so forth. And so whatever you do to highlight the language of your field is going to benefit all the students in your course and not just those who are English language learners. Let's talk about some of the challenges, but also some of the amazing benefits that international English language learners can bring to your classroom. And to do this, let's talk about English vocabulary in terms of word families. Now, word family is a word and all of its associated word parts or derivations. If we think of the word, for instance, see, seeing, saw, we would consider those all part of the same word family. And so studies by applied linguists have suggested that about 9,000 word families are needed for academic study at university level. Now, the typical international student begins their undergraduate study with over 5,000 English word families. So that leaves a deficit of almost 4,000 word families that they need to acquire in order to be successful. Now, the average person learns about 1,000 new word families a year. So that means that by the time an international student has graduated, they now have the level of academic vocabulary that is necessary to start their study. So this presents a problem. They're going to be ready by the time they're done, and we want them to be ready when they start. And so what we need to do is accelerate this process of learning academic vocabulary. And certainly students who pass through the intensive English language program on campus, they get these kinds of strategies and they get this help to accelerate their learning. But there are many international students who come into your classes that have never participated in the intensive English program. And so they will benefit from your help to teach them strategies and to highlight the language of your field to accelerate that process of learning the language they need. Now, just by comparison, that gray bar there represents the number of word families that the average domestic student has when they start university. And that seems like a lot. Now, let's also keep in mind that a lot of those words are not relevant for academic study. They're words about popular culture or words about everyday life that are not used in the academic classroom. And so they still need academic vocabulary as well. And again, this is why the strategies that we'll learn in this workshop are beneficial both to your domestic and your international students. Another thing that's important to recognize here is that an international multilingual student here at SUU already has the 16,000 word families in their native language, and they're bringing all of these words that they know in English. So they bring a richness, they bring a lot of experience and great abilities to your classroom. And so we don't want to think of them as being deficit, but they do need your extra help and support to help them fill in those gaps that they have in English so that they can be successful. Now let's talk about some keywords that will be helpful for our workshop. Let's talk about these words: input, output, and fluency. And I want to highlight these words because these are words that we see in English regularly, but the way they're used in the field of applied linguistics might be different than the way that you're used to using them. So input, we use this when we talk mostly about reading and listening. So when we're decoding language to understand meaning, we talk about that being input. So then output is the opposite. This is when we encode language to share meaning. So this is speaking and writing. And lastly, fluency, in terms of language use, could be described as speaking at a rate so that others can easily understand. And this means not speaking so slowly that our listeners can't understand, or so quickly that they can't understand, but at a good rate so that our listeners can comprehend our message. So we want to use a framework that will help us understand what strategies we can easily incorporate into our classroom in order to facilitate language development. And this framework comes from a researcher named Paul Nation from New Zealand, and he calls it the 4 strands. And really what Nation has tried to do is to summarize all of the research about language learning and all the things that we've learned about language acquisition and distill it into 4 elements that are necessary for language acquisition. And so he has these 4 groups. The first one is called language-focused learning. And then we have meaning-focused input and output. And lastly, fluency development. And briefly, Nation wants to warn us against only depending on 1 or 2 of these categories. When this happens, we get language learners who are missing some important components about their language ability. For example, when I taught English in China, I would go and visit some of the classes and they were almost entirely focused on the language-focused learning. They would practice vocabulary and grammatical principles over and over again. But the students never had opportunities to do meaningful input and output. They never spoke, they never read actual texts or listened to English speakers communicate. We're entirely focused on that 1 quadrant. Sometimes in the United States, we see the opposite. We see people only focusing on just exposing language learners to language and just hoping that they'll pick it up. And that's not enough. We need to have some of these other kinds of support and activities for good language learning to take place. Now, I've changed the names of these terms to make them more accessible to us as content area instructors. So really, we want to think about it as highlighting the language of your field, finding out what are the words, what are the grammatical structures, what are the organizational structures that texts and language in your field use. Those are the kinds of things you want to highlight in your classroom. How is the language that you use in your field different from general English? Then you want to provide lots of opportunities for students to make meaning and understand meaning through reading, writing, listening, and speaking. And then lastly, you want to give lots of opportunities for students to develop their fluency and their confidence in using the language by recycling activities or requiring them to do certain activities more than once so that they can build those fluency skills. So that's the goal of our course and our workshop. And throughout each part of our workshop, we will focus on these different quadrants of Nation's framework. I look forward to helping you develop your confidence to support English language learners. And I'm also looking forward to see what are the strategies that you're already using that students are finding helpful to learn the language of your field.